We are Tom and Polly, and along with our friend Aaron, we are travelling the world, driving from the UK to Australia. Subscribe now to support us and follow along with our journey.
So picture the moment. The year's 1963, and we've just been invited for lunch at one of the most notorious dictators in the whole of Europe's house. We're heading up the mountain, about 20-30 miles from the nearest civilization, not quite knowing exactly where our destination is or who it's going to be that we find when we get there. Okay, so back in the present, back in reality, that's what we're going to try and do today. We're heading up the road now in the northern bit of Croatia, still quite close to the border with Bosnia, and we've been told, we read about what hopefully will be the remains of the abandoned mansion of the famous dictator Tito. Now, Tito ruled for decades and was a pretty brutal guy, as were a few communist leaders in this region and at the time. His house is very much hidden away up in the mountains above Plitvice, which is actually quite a common and popular tourist place here in Croatia. As we get further and further down the road, it's getting more and more windy and rural, so you can imagine that some of the guests that were taken up here, potentially against their will, I don't know, would have felt a little bit of trepidation. Look at that. There it is. Jeez. So, what stands behind me is the abandoned ruin of exactly that house. A house abandoned by Tito himself some 50 years ago now. And it looks a little bit worse for wear, but it's completely open, and you guys could come here too. There's no reason why not. Nothing up the street to say that you can't be here. And it's quite incredible. The roof is in a bit of a state.
It's all in a bit of a state.
The whole thing's in a bit of a state. Shall we go in?
Yes.
Let's go. Could you imagine being taken up into here? Maybe you're a welcomed guest.
I don't think he had prisoners in his house.
No.
That'd be weird. If it's a summer resident who's trying to chill, surely he wouldn't have prisoners down in the basement.
No. Well, you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him.
No.
It's actually massive, this place. You could get lost in here.
Balcony doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
Maybe don't go there.
Yeah, the floor doesn't look so good in there. I wouldn't go in there.
No?
Straight ahead of you. The floor kind of looks like it's fallen away. You can imagine how this was a huge, lavish place. Oh, there's a bit of roof there. Wonder what this is, some kind of huge garden room or something. Huge balcony. God, what was that? It made me jump. Oh, any noise kind of makes you jump. There you go, seems like a good spot for lunch. It's a bit crazy that this is the home of a dictator. No, this isn't just a runner. But you can tell, right? Because no houses that look like this were occupied by normal people under communism.
This is massive.
Because if anything, it goes against communist values. Hugely lavish.
Yeah.
Huge. Set really far away from everything. Ultimate privacy. Take this as a summer residence. You could do it up, lick a paint.
What about that?
Yeah, that's a challenge, I'll give you that. Polish up.
I found the rest of Tito's throne.
Yeah, they haven't felt so well.
Oh, it looks like a kitchen.
Yeah, let's go and take a look. It's like a storeroom. Some old like plates. Done. That's not going to go well. Tito played pool on that table, probably.
This is weird. All of these little side rooms are just the same as the one we've just gone into. There's stairs that lead up, they're not actual rooms.
That is weird. Pat. Someone came through at some point and they destroyed everything. A cigarette. What is it?
A cigarette?
Yeah. Maybe Tito left it there.
Surely not. Someone else left it. Balcony all the way around.
Yeah. I was going to stand on that balcony, but maybe not.
Falling off.
It doesn't really exist, to be honest.
Maybe not then.
Maybe not. I don't think that's going to make any difference.
Do you think it's okay?
Yeah.
Huh?
Probably. Don't know
You're
really.
on top of the collapsed stuff, you probably have a bigger chance of surviving.
Yeah, well this didn't collapse, did it? The stuff next to it collapsed. There used to be stairs there. Ah, I know where we are. Yeah. This could well be. This looks like a grand residence to me, where Tito might have spent some of his time.
As we suspected, the left wing was Tito's wing, where he could kind of retreat to some privacy, and the right wing, where we saw all these kind of little staircases going up, that held 20 apartments for different officials and guests. So whenever they'd be around here, that's where they'd stay. And one of the rooms, the big rooms at the bottom, was used as a restaurant for them, and apparently had 120 seats, so they could host some proper big parties here.
And yet Tito got this whole wing to himself.
Yeah.
Half for 120 people, half for him.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
No, only 20 apartments, so
Okay.
I don't think they could all stay the night, only the most privileged ones.
Yeah. So I'm told that this was a place that was used primarily to entertain their guests. So while Tito was here occasionally, it was also used by other high-ranking Yugoslavian officers for feasts and for parties. And it was used all the way until 1991. There were plans in around 2000 to rebuild it, but it never happened.
How's your grand communist lunch? Is Tito treating you well?
No. Disappointing.
What's he got for you?
I don't know, some weird salad. I was expecting a bit more, to be honest. Like tables,
yeah.
maybe. I don't know, drinks.
Cutlery.
Something.
Windows.
Windows might be nice, yeah. Hospitality very underwhelming.
So that's that, guys. A piece of history hidden here, just 2-3 kilometers away from one of the biggest tourist centers in Croatia. Please leave a like on the video, it really helps us out, and don't forget to subscribe for more great content like this. See you soon.